Well, if you think underage drinking is harmless, think again. Each year, approximately 5,000 young people under the age of 21 die as a result of illegal drinking. This includes alcohol-related deaths involving motor vehicle crashes, homicides, and suicide. Here to give us a reality check on this growing problem among our youth is Jill Spinetti, the president and CEO of the Governor's Prevention Partnership. Jill, welcome to the show. Great to have you.
Thanks for having me, Desiree.
It's a delight to have you here.
Thank you.
Now, we talked about this earlier. You said that alcohol continues to be the #1 drug of choice right here in Connecticut. Explain that a little bit, if you will.
Well, in Connecticut, we know that Connecticut's kids drink at higher rates. They start earlier and they drink more than their peers nationally. And so we know that some kids as young as 11 and 12 years old in Connecticut are starting to drink alcohol. Also, this is a problem in every community, and in some of our high schools, up to 50% of the kids are drinking alcohol. So it's a widespread problem here.
12, 13?
Yeah, sometimes that young.
That's wild. Let's talk about some of the misconceptions
Yes.
that a lot of people have about underage drinking. And for folks at home or from your desktop, if you're watching, we're calling this kind of a reality check. The first one, at least, this is the first misconception, at least alcohol is safer than other drugs. Give us a reality check.
That is such a myth. We do know that alcohol is responsible for 6.5 times more deaths than all illegal drugs combined. It is very, very dangerous. And you mentioned some of the issues in the opening. Not only is there car crashes that we're concerned about, but it leads to so many unintended consequences. Alcohol poisoning, different types of accidents. It can be very dangerous health-wise and in many other ways.
Let's go to the next misconception, number 2. If we just educate kids about the dangers, they won't drink. And you say, with the reality check?
Well, the reality check is that scare tactics don't work. You know, sometimes kids are thinking, oh, it's not going to happen to me, and education is not enough. Adults really have to get involved in their lives.
Okay, good to know. Another misconception, I think a lot of parents agree with this one, but you're going to come with a reality check. Here it is. My child and I have a good relationship. He or she isn't drinking. I would know. What's the reality check?
Yeah, the reality check is from national studies, and here in Connecticut there's a definite disconnect between parents and their kids. Parents think their kids are doing the right thing. Kids are telling us their parents don't know. So parents really have to look into that and get more in tune.
Good to know. Here's our next misconception. It's better for kids to start drinking young so that they can learn how to handle it. Reality check with that one.
This one is a real myth. You know, alcohol has harmful effects on a young developing body and mind, and especially they're making good decisions, and this really impacts their decision-making ability, and they could become addicted to drugs at a higher rate if they start early.
I want to talk about this amazing event that you have coming up, this big contest for folks at home listening in to help tackle underage drinking. You all are partnering up with, who is that? The Wine and Spirit Wholesalers of Connecticut. Pretty big.
Yes, that's exactly right. We really commend this contest that they're doing.
Okay, tell us about this particular contest, what you've got to do to qualify. It's to help with the PSA, is that correct?
Yes, public service announcements. We need to get the messages out to parents, just as we're talking about. And this is a contest for Connecticut college and university students. They either need to be a Connecticut resident or go to school in Connecticut. And they're going to work with their classmates and their professors to design public service announcements, and we're going to get them on the air.
Okay, now this year's theme is all around the debunking the myths of underage drinking. So what other tips do you have? What will you all be looking for folks to actually qualify?
It has to really be based on the facts, and we have plenty of those, so we can give them all the resource materials. It has to be credible. It has to be really grabbing the parents so that they can get the right information, and probably not something too controversial, not something that's way out there. So we really want some good, solid information.
I like that. All right, awesome. Listen, if you or a college student are interested in the 2010 Public Service Announcement Video Contest, the information is on your screen. Again, that is Jackie Carlino. That's February 17th. That is the deadline.
Yes,
is that
that's
correct?
Right.
All right, that sounds great. Jill, thank you so much for being here and helping us bust out these myths.